Hello, hello. Hello in here, hello out there. My name is Alex Levin, and you're here on Sun and Moon Yoga Studios YouTube portal. And we have this weekly meditation together. Just under a half hour, I'll talk a little bit, and then we'll sit for about a 12-minute meditation that I'll guide you through. We also have lots and lots of offerings, classes here on YouTube, streamed 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, for a half-hour yoga class. Fabulous little yoga snacks. This is my little dog, Brew. He might snore or make other noises through our time together. And we're in this state of coming back into live yoga. I think some of you are taking classes back at the studio. And we've got choices there. You can stay with the streaming or recorded classes, or if you're ready to go back and you're vaccinated, I think that's going to be a requirement now. You can attend at our studios. I have to read that email a little more carefully that Annie sent. So today, as usual, a number of themes come to mind for me as I prepare to share. But before I even start that, I'd like to say again, just thank you so much for being here. This community, even though it seems like we're separated through time and through space, and for some of you in time when you watch it later, it means a lot to me, and it supports me in my own practice to know that we're connected, that we're doing this together. It's sort of like some of you who might use the apps on the phone, and it shows you how many people are meditating all over the world or in your area. There's a feeling of support in that. So, Pathless Path, and what I'm going to invite you to ponder now, and in this few minutes of as I'm talking and getting us toward our meditation, you can also be preparing your body if you need to stretch or position or get props. Please go ahead and do that. The invitation is, why are you here? What's drawing you to meditation? And I have a huge hesitation even in asking this because, why? Because sometimes that can be limiting, narrowing, and if you just feel the draw and come to it, that may be plenty. But it is also useful to see what is it that we're moving toward, what's pulling us, what's driving us. So it can be such a variety of things. It can be, as one friend has told me, her initial desire was this search for truth. That's a little, that's different. That's not true for me, although it's true in truth. But it's related, I guess. It's a one way of expressing it. I believe that some of the first reasons that I was attracted to meditation, and it took me a while to come to this, and I probably started sometime in my 20s, but I wasn't very diligent at sitting. I read about it more than I sat, actually. Was I needed I needed relief from my own sufferings, my own psychological sufferings. I wanted relief. And to a degree, that is still true for me. So it can be that you just know that there's something more authentic about your being that could be more integrated. And I think for me lately, it's also been a lot about, it's still related to suffering. And this is one of the first couple reasons for suffering that yoga tells us about, is that we suffer because we misperceive our reality. We take things that are temporal to be eternal, to be finite and true. I mean, to be the all being. And most of what we experience is passing, ephemeral, finite, temporal. And the second one that follows that is that one of the results of our misperception is we misperceive our true identity, who we are. And I had a strong vortex of that yesterday in experiencing a lot of anger and resentment. And in that, and reflecting over that period last night, and partly it is because of this practice that I'm able to pull back and sort of see myself as if from outside myself and see, not to push those away, although I might have been doing that, trying to do that, um, but to see those from a bigger perspective and to see, well, what felt helpful to me this morning is to know that um, who I am is much more than that, and that the fears associated with those emotions um, were things I was conjuring up in my head. Were not real at all, actually. They might become real, some of them. They might have happened, similar things might have happened in the past, and that's a large part of where we base our projections into the future of things we've experienced or the perception, the memory of things we've experienced. So it was rather freeing. It has been rather freeing to take that bigger view, and that's one of the things this practice brings us, to know that more eternal essence of ourself. So those are kind of big ideas, and certainly if what brings you to the cushion, to the sitting meditation, is peace of mind, being able to handle things more smoothly, curiosity and wonder. Anyhow, I'd be curious to know, maybe in the chat afterwards, you could, or right now, if you're close to your screen, you can jot in there what draws you to the meditation, and I'll check it toward the end here. Okay, so let's sit. And if you like, you can certainly be sitting up against a wall, in a chair, in an armchair, all the support you need. And the first piece of our practice is about getting the ground, getting the support. Actually, I like to start with a bell and a bow, and then end with that at the end of our 12 minutes. So there are 3 pointers that my teachers have given me that I find extremely helpful. And the words for those are ground, sound, and breath. And in ground, I become aware of the solidness of my body, this vehicle I travel through this life in. So the various choices of hip and leg position, the feel of the pelvis and the uprightness of the spine, Choices through the shoulders and the arms, hands, a sense of this stacking of the pelvis, supporting the heart, supporting the head. And this framework of the body to allow a relaxation into this spot here now. The relaxation is softening, a letting go into the field of gravity, then can bring you to the touch of the body, to the solid parts underneath, the cushion, the floor, the carpet. If um, hmm, the second word, sound, just as I said that, you may have noticed how you tune in. How you sense the sounds coming to you, and that belies the outer and inner and outer relation. Breath, perhaps inviting a little more relaxation through the inner, deep inner spaces of your body, column of the spine, and just in front of the spine. a little more relaxation as if to give the breath the permission of freedom. Paradoxically, as we relax and allow the breath, sensing that flow, how the breath is received and released. In that, we might detect the quiet and stillness that is never not here. And gently attending to each particular sound in breath, ankle against the ground, being willing to see as if from allness. It's all a seamless, related, harmonious presence. bell and a bow together to close our approximately 12-minute sitting. And so again, I repeat my invitation to you to lightly ponder and just feel and see what you're drawn to, what's inviting you, where are you going, what do you put into that GPS that's taking you on your pathless path, a path that no one's ever gone before, that we might envision, but it's probably going to turn out different than that. Some elements we envision and some new. And I was listening once again, an older podcast of Krista Tippett with Sylvia Boorstein a few years back. Um, and she was talking about how the GPS is, I don't know if they still do this, but the apps, it would say if you put the location in that you want to get to, and then if you're driving and you miss a turn or you don't follow the instructions, and it'll say recalculating. And she was paralleling that with our lives. And so true, right? So true. Even if we're unconscious of it, we've got a destination in mind. We're going in some direction. And so to bring that to more and more consciousness can just help us with those recalculations on our way. So thank you again for being here. Um, Remember, tune in, sunandmoonstudio.com, and I'll see you again here next Sunday, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you.